All right, and welcome. We had some technical difficulties start off, but now we are back. Patriots with the nice catch on the fly out. All right, and if you saw our little pregame, we didn't really get too much pregame in, but we'll do that anyway. So Tate, Millard South, we had the two close games that we streamed last time. 8-5 win over Lincoln North Star, and then the 6-5 win over Kearney. That's got to be tough to kind of come back from and go into this game. What do you think? How do you think those are going to affect Millard South now?
I think that those games will be a little bit more of a confidence booster, believing in themselves under some pressure here in close games that could be super high scoring games such as this prep game here.
Awesome. And so right now we have number 12, Elliot Peterson up. 1-1 count, 2 outs. As that pitch is going to be in there for a little bit outside for a ball. 2-1 count now. Now it's going to be 3-1 count now. You know, Peterson has been a really good hitter this year. He is averaging 469, and he's gotten 6 doubles so far on the season. That's got to be good for Creighton Prep, as you have someone good contact hitter getting on base a lot. As you just saw there, he did take a base on balls. And so that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, number 13, Kobe Hatcher. So for Creighton Prep, they have 2 outs right now. Man on first base. So for Creighton Prep, what do they need to do to be successful today?
I think both teams really need to stop the offense. Both really offensive teams here, and I think the better team defensively will win this game.
All right, and you can see Peterson taking an aggressive lead off first base. That's going to foul off to the right side. 0-1 count now. Patriots just need to get out of this inning. 2 outs right now, so you're really not too worried about the runner on first base. Just get an easy play there. But as you can often see, sometimes you have just some errant hit that'll go into the outfield, and then you score one. And the next pitch has to be swung on. That's going to be a line drive. And caught by number 8, Cam Kozo. That's going to be the end of the top of the first inning for the Junior Jays.
That was a big inning there for Conley, getting out of that inning with a low pitch count here to end the first inning.
Yeah, and that's the kind of defense that we didn't see on Saturday, where the inning kind of dragged on and it was really a pitching duel. But to see the fielders making plays, it's a really promising thing for the Patriots.
Yep.
All right, so to lead off for the Patriots, we have number 10, Braden Cannon, followed by number 5, Max Hurd, and then number 8, Cam Kozel. On the mound for the Junior Jays is going to be Grant Wagner. And he's pitched a pretty all right season so far. And so leading off for the Patriots, as I said, it's going to be Braden Cannon. And he's been a very good player for the Patriots over the last 4 years. So being a senior, he's been a great leader from what I've seen. And he's batting a little bit like 243, not too bad, but
Yeah. He's really quick. He needs to get on here for the Patriots, start off the inning to bring up Max, another good RBI hitter right behind him.
absolutely. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, actually right now. So we have Braden Cannon walking on up. First pitch Cannon saw. That's going to be in there for a strike. That was one you wanted to swing out there. And that was, looked right in the zone, ready. Yeah, very hittable. That pitch is going to be in the low corner. One and one. And Cannon's going to swing on that. It's going to go over to second base. It'll be an easy ground out play. Cannon tried just to beat it out, but could not.
Cannon on the slow roller to the second baseman, 4-3 in the scorebook. One out on the board. Now batting number 5, Max Hurd. He's the center fielder.
Next up for the Patriots is going to be the center fielder, number 5, Max Hurd. On that now, Hurd swings at the first pitch. That's going to be a strike.
Hurd really needs to get on here for Cam, following him with one home run that happened to be a grand slam against Gretna, and a very successful hitter so far this year.
And those kind of grand slams are really the highlights of the Millard South offenses we've been talking about all season, where very explosives can score on you in bunches. So it's be 0-2 count now for Max Hurd. That's going to be way outside there. 1-2. And Hurd's going to go down on strikes as he got caught swinging. Going to bring up Cam Colesell now.
Shortstop number 8, Cam Kozel.
You know, Cam really did not get much playing time in the last 2 games because of his little hit he had. You know, it made some highlights for sure, but hopefully he can get really back into it without too much damage to that. He's going to look at the first one, first strike.
I think the Patriots really missed him in the second game. Just missed his bat and his energy he brings to the field.
Next one, that's going to be outside. He's going to watch that go by. One and one count now. That's going to go behind him. It's a little bit inside. And that one's going to be high for a 3-1 count.
3-1 the count.
This is where you want to be. I mean, you have 2 outs right now, but 3-1 count. This hitter's count, get something in the outfield, get something moving. He's going to swing on that, and he's going to get a strike there as he misses that. Full count now with 2 outs. Pitch. Kojal swings at that, and that's going to go out of play, a foul ball. Still full count now. Kojal's going to swing on that one. That's going to be really inside. That gets him. That was good pitching by Grant Wagner. Really didn't let the Patriots get anything going.
Yeah, Wagner kept his pitch count low, also being selective of what he's throwing there in the inning here. Both pitchers have low pitch counts. Patriots need to step up their approaches a little bit more. Hopefully get Wagner out of the ball game quicker here.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back for the start of the second inning in just a moment. And welcome back. The first pitch now underway for the second inning. That's going to be in there for a strike. Up to bat now is number 16, Grant Hatcher. Another crucial hitter for Creighton Prep as he has 14 RBIs on the season. That one's going to be in there too for a strike. Looking a little bit inside. 0-2 count now, really in a hole.
Grady looking very dominant right now with getting first batter in an 0-2 count here.
You'd love to see him get some confidence by striking him out. On the outside edge, not in there. 1-2 count now. And he's going to pitch another one outside.
2-2.
Can't catch him chasing. 2-2 pitch. Another one outside. Still watch that one go by. Not what you really want to see going from 0-2 to full count on your first batter too.
Hatcher's having some really good patience here to force a full count.
Yes, and he's going to swing at that one. He's going to get enough contact to foul that off. So a very smart hitter Grant Hatcher is by being able to work the count back up in his favor. Swings out, that's going to pop up. George, the catcher, is going to go for it. That's going to go out of play. It's going to still leave us at a full count. And that's going to be swing and a miss. That's going to be strike number 3.
That's really what Conlon needed to get that first batter out to start off the inning. Not what he wanted with pitches, though, to start 0-2 and then get all the way up to 3-2.
Yes, but you'll take a strikeout. Now we have one out, bringing up Jack Thiel. Thiel's going to show bunt. He's going to pitch off. Ball 1. I mean, obviously you don't want to see too many of those full count strikeouts, but it'll help nonetheless. Thiel's going to swing on that. That's going to go out into right field. That's going to go over their head. Thiel's going to be waved down to second base. And he's going to hold up there, standing up. Thiel with the line drive double.
Double for Keeley. Puts a runner at second. One out. Now batting number 17, Grant Summers.
That's going to bring up number 17, Grant Summers. That last one just went right over Rankin's head. He looked like he was going to try to make a play for it and then quickly realized he just had to chase it back.
That wind is really going today.
Absolutely, and that's going to really be in a hitter's favor to kind of throw off the fielders. First pitch is going to be outside for a ball. Summers says Teely on second base. With only one out, so he's got a good chance of getting one on the board here. That's going to be a strike.
It's a great pitch by Conlon, changing his eyesight a little bit.
One and one count now. He's going to be swinging a miss on a breaking ball. Now Conlon's where you want to be with a 1-2 count now. And you really just kind of have to ignore the person on second base, don't you?
Yeah. With one out, a strikeout or flyout to keep the runner there is huge right here.
That pitch is going to be a little bit high. Ball number 2, 2-2 count.
Conlon being very dominant this year with 2 wins, 0 losses, and 1 save on the year.
He's going to take a peek back over to second base. Pitch, and that's going to be swing, and that's going to fly Looks like it's going to be going out of play. Still a 2-2 count. And that's going to be swing on. That's going to be there for Rankin to catch. Fly out to right field. Thiele looks like he's going to tag and then decide to stay at second base.
That's just what Conlon needed to get out there and keep the runner there at second, not let him move over for a chance to score here.
Yes, that really kind of gave the Patriots their defensive edge back because it was looking a little bit frightening. Maybe Thiele was going to score there, but getting that second out was crucial. Now we're going to have Jack Stessman up. First pitch. It's going to be outside. Next pitch for Conlon. That's not going to be called a strike. That's going to be a little bit low. 2-0 count now. Looks like Conlon's going to take a step off. Look Thiele back. That's going to be a pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. That's going to be strike number one.
It's a really good pitch there by Conlon in an 0-2 count. A hitter not expecting a curveball there, but giving it to him. Being able to command that curveball is huge in high school.
Yeah, it's really going to keep the batters on guard. It's 2-1 count now for Conlon. Summers going to think about swinging there. He does not, or excuse me, Stessman. It's going to be 3-1 count. Thiele's taking a large lead off second base. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Full count now with 2 outs.
This is a crucial pitch here for Conlon. Keeping that pitch count low, keeping him in the game to be able to defend prep here.
Yes, and for Stessman, you just want to get on. Hopefully walk, but Thiele takes off for third base. And that's going to be a walk as Thiele takes third base and Stessman gets over to first. Now up is going to be number 6, Keegan Holstrom, bottom of the order. Coach Geary's going to give a play. His prep's going to take a moment to figure out what they want to do. So you have runners on first and third here. Looks like Stessman is going to be called a strike on that one. Tried to hold his swing off, but could not keep it. And the next one, Holmstrom with a hit out to left field, and that's going to be caught for out number 3.
It's a solid inning by Conlon. Not necessarily all the pitches that he wanted there, but still keeping it manageably low, being dominant here in the top or end of the second.
Yes, and that was really what you needed for Conlon. You had runners on first and third, and so you easily could have scored there, especially getting into full count. But he was able to hold them off.
The Patriots really need to adjust their approaches a little bit, work Wagner a little bit more, make him some more pitches, and get some hits here and score some runs here early.
Absolutely. And up next for the Patriots are going to be number 14, Braden Smith, number 1, Braden Sweet, and then number 3, Cole Rankin. And hopefully we get to see more batters than just that, though, because we only got to see the first 3 batters in the first inning. So you really want to see some more action from the Patriots lineup. We'll be right back from Millard South Media in just a little bit.
Number 14, Braden Smith.
Braden Smith seeing the first pitch. He's going to hold off. That's going to be a little bit to the outside. Want to know count now. Smith's going to bunt. I think he's going to make it there. Yes, he will, as that throws off, gets first baseman off the base.
Leadoff bunt single for Smith. That'll bring to the plate number 1, Braden Sweet.
That was a great play by that was a great play by Braden Smith, getting that bunt down and being able to beat that out.
Yes, and what you want to see, a lot of speed there. Next up is going to be number 1, Braden Sweet, with a runner at first base. It's going to be inside for a ball. All right, next pitch. Sweet's going to show bunt. And Smith thought about taking off, but he ran on back. That's going to be 2-0 count now. Do you think we're going to see Braden Smith steal here?
I think we're going to hold off because Sweet's been a pretty good hitter so far this year.
As Sweet flies one out to center field, Smith decides to run on back as that one's caught.
Sweet flies out to center. Smith holds first.
Next up is going to be the right fielder, number 3, Grant Rankin.
Grant Rankin, right fielder.
You know, for the Patriots, you really do want to see them get something out of Braden Smith reaching first base. You want to be able to see him move around, at least get him over to third base.
Yeah, that third baseman's staying in here for Grant.
That's going to be a pickoff attempt over to first base. And Smith's going to get on back. Looks like Wagner is going to be keeping a little bit more of an eye on him, expecting maybe him to steal. Wagner's going to throw it over again. Smith gets on back. Then Smith gets right back off the base and is taking his lead again.
Grant really needs to get a big hit here for the Patriots to bring up J.D. Moffitt.
Yes, and Rankin now seeing his first pitch. That's going to be high and outside, a little bit of a pitch out.
The Jays are really worried about Smith there on first as he's a very speedy kind of person. Utility in the infield and outfield, all-around solid player.
Wagner's going to peek on over to first base again. And that's going to be really inside now for Rankin. 2-0 count. And Wagner throws it over again. Smith gets on back. Third pitch, Rankin. Smith takes off for second base, and Rankin's going to hit a foul ball there.
Grant kind of took a defensive swing there, almost looking like it was a little hit and run there between him and Braden Smith on first.
But Smith definitely did have he was going to get over to second base if Rankin wouldn't have swung at that.
Smith got a really good jump off of first.
Sure, into the 2-1 count now for Grant Rankin. Smith decides not to take off, but they're going to throw it over to first base. Smith gets on back. A very aware base runner, able to really get back really quickly without hesitation.
Yeah, he's making Prep really worried about him over there at first, which is huge to distract the pitcher while not totally focused on the batter.
Yes, and now Grant Rankin's in a 3-1 count now, a really hitter's count. And that's going to be another pickoff attempt. What is that? I think 5 or 6 now?
A lot more than pitches he's thrown.
Absolutely. But as you said, really kind of distracting him. Really what you need, because perhaps maybe now you're going to see a really nice pitch for Rankin to swing at. And that's going to be outside as Rankin walks. A quality at bat there for Grant Rankin.
Really what Grant needed to do there.
Now you have J.D. Moffitt up. Looks like they have a little bit of meeting, talk it over as they have runners on first and second base now. Both runners taking pretty aggressive lead. Wagner a little bit worried about Smith over at second base. That first pitch is going to be high. So for Wagner, should you be concerned about the runner on second base right now, or should you just be focusing on getting another out?
I think with J.D. Moffitt here, being the sophomore, I think he should really focus on the batter, making him step up here and get the run in from Smith.
All right, as Wagner throws it, looks over to second base. No one's there to take a catch.
They're not holding on Smith at second very tightly, so maybe get a big lead, maybe steal a bag or two.
Wagner's going to take a peek on second base. Smith going off further. Next pitch, that's going to be outside, so they're going to throw it to first base. Trying to see Braden Smith running, taking third on that, and Smith decides to stay at second base.
Folks in the parking lot at Stroh Center, please turn your headlights off.
So now for Moffitt, you're in a 2-0 count now. Really, with all the focus that's been on trying to get these pickoffs, now Moffitt's in a good spot. Wagner's really not, where you're behind in the count by 2 pitches and 2 base runners on. Wagner's going to look on to second base. Smith gets on back.
This is a crucial moment for the Patriots. Need Moffitt to step up and score one here in the bottom of the second inning.
Absolutely get an early lead and really show the Junior Jays what Millard South does best. So Wagner's going to throw another pitch. It's going to be a little bit high.
Wagner's starting to look like he's losing a little bit of control over the ball here already in the second inning, which is huge for the Patriots, getting into that bullpen early.
Yes, in this game we did talk about was just going to be a game of who could really work the other pitcher more. And right now that Millard South doing a great job is Wagner throws that one so far away, and he's going to walk on 4 pitches. Smith decides to turn around. Chooses not to steal home. That one was a wild pitch. Next up is going to be the senior, number 17, Ashton Georges. And no one better to have up now, of course, being a senior.
Yeah, Ashton's really stepped up these last couple of games. He's been playing well, committed to Allen County.
And while Creighton Prep decides to take a little meeting on the mound, we will be right back in just a minute. All right, we're back after that meeting on the mound. Looks like Creighton Prep's going to keep Wagner in, but probably told, hey, be careful, you got runners on all bases. So with Georges up now, hoping to make something of it. That pitch is going to be outside, could not get the edge there.
I think Ashton needs to be really aggressive here. Being early in the game, finding a pitch he can hit before he gets rung up.
Yes, and Ashton's going to swing on that. Looks like he was swinging pretty hard, and he misses that one as it's a 1-1 count now. And I mean, with one out, you really have a lot of leeway here. Even if you were to do a sac fly, that would still work out in your favor as you'd be able to score Braden Smith. Next pitch for Wagner. It's going to be down the middle. Georges misses it.
Prep's really playing Ashton opposite field here as their whole outfield is shifted a little bit towards the first base line.
1-2 pitch now. George is going to swing on that. Is it going to stay fair? No, it's not. I had some distance on it, just could not stay in fair territory. But nothing hurt now. Still 1-2 count now for Ashton Georges. Pitch from Wagner. He's not going to get the call, and that's going to be a little bit high. 2-2. I bet he really wanted that one to fall in there for a strike number 3. Really put it in his favor as you'd have bases loaded with 2 outs instead. He's going to face Ashton Georges. And he's not going to get the call again. That's going to be full count now with only 1 out.
I'm loving this approach here from Ashton, being patient yet aggressive here with bases loaded and 1 out.
Yes, and you can really hear the Patriots fans. Everyone's really excited about this next pitch. So Wagner. And he's going to take it for an inside. That's going to walk Braden Smith home.
That is a really good at-bat from Ashton, being really patient, finding a pitch he can hit, but yet being super aggressive.
Yes, and Patriots are going to take the lead 1-0 now after that. Looks like subbing in for Ashton Georges is going to be Tyler Moriarty. All right, bases loaded now. That pitch is going to be high.
Braden Hodges did a really good job here Saturday in those 2 close games that we had talked about earlier in this game.
And it's a key player for Millard South now. Hoping to make something of this bases loaded situation he has as the count's 1-0. Choosing not to swing on that. Bet's a little bit low. I don't believe this inning Wagner has gotten ahead in the count. I feel like I'm pretty sure almost every batter he's faced, he's gotten down 2-0 at least.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go 3-0 now. That one was inside. Cannot seem to find the zone.
Patriots still need to be aggressive, though, even though he's thrown quite a few balls, yet being able to drive a pitch that they can hit.
And that one's going to go down the middle for a strike. And, of course, Patriots probably weren't going to swing on that one, knowing it was probably going to be in there. Let him have at least 1 pitch. But is that going to be a confidence booster now, being able to find one, get it in the zone? Suppose it is. He's going to be able to get another one as Hodges was going to look for a walk. Hodges is now at full count. Looking to make something of it. Is Hodges going to swing, and he's going to strike out. That's going to be out number 2. That was what Wagner needed right there. He needed a strikeout, something to go his way to really get back into this game.
The senior Braden Cannon has been doing well all season. Can't emphasize that enough. He's really stepped up as a leader off of that veteran state championship team last year.
As that first pitch is going to be to the outside. And no one better to really get in the situation. 2 outs, you still have bases loaded. Hopefully you want to score at least 1 more here. You want to make a little bit more out of this good situation you've been handed. That one's going to be outside as well. Number 12, Elliot Peterson, the catcher for Creighton Prep, really having to do some good work back there.
A single here from Cannon could score 2 and score Moffitt from second base there.
And Cannon's going to foul that one on back. 2-1 count.
Count moves to 2-1.
Cannon now seeing the next pitch. He's going to swing on that. Wagner's going to get it, and looks like he is going to get the out at first base. Quick reaction there. Really saved at least 1 run, if not 2, because if that would have gotten by him, that would have scored another.
Yeah, that could have been real dangerous there for the Patriots if that would have got by him.
Yes, but a great inning for the Patriots. Really made Wagner work, really getting all the way down through their order, and that's not what we saw in the first inning for the Patriots. They went 3 up, 3 down. So a good offensive showing. Only able to get 1 run, but 1 run can win the game.
Yo, they looked pretty good with their approaches, much better than the first inning. And, of course, got 1 run here in the bottom of the second inning for the Patriots.
Yes, and so looking for Creighton Prep, now you're down 1-0. What is your strategy here?
I think they just need to play their game. They've really outscored almost every team they've played. They're hitting the ball real well. I think they just need to play their game.
Absolutely. And while Millard South warms up, we'll be right back for the start of the 3rd inning. And we are back with the start of the 3rd inning. Up for Creighton Prep is going to be leadoff man, number 7, Sam Ryberg. On the mound is Conlon Grady starting off with a low pitch ball. Next pitch is going to be far outside, 2-0. Unfortunately, Tate Williams, my color commentary, he had to go. He is on the reserve baseball team, I do believe, and they're warming up for their practice or game coming up soon. Next pitch for Grady. That's going to go in there for a strike, 2-1. For Creighton Prep, you really want to get Ryberg on here. He's a really scary runner on the bases. He's gotten 13 stolen bases on the season. So if you're Conlon Grady, you really just want to make him hit something up in the air, catchable, but just keep him off the bases. That pitch is going to be 2-2 count now. And that's going to be grounded over to first base. But looks like it's going to be safe as he outran it. Conlon Grady just could not get over there to cover first base soon enough as J.D. Moffitt ran off the bag to go field it. I feel like Moffitt could have just stayed there. A little bit of a miscommunication as it looked like Braden Hodges, the second baseman, could have gotten over. But That last play was going to be ruled an infield single for Sam Ryberg. As I said, he is a scary person on the base paths. He was able to outrun that. Number 1, Parker Mooney up now. Last time up, he did fly out. Grady looks over to first base, throws it. Moffitt with a tag, could not get it. And the lefty Grady is really fortunate to be in this position, able to take a quick peek over to have him look over his shoulder. With the next pitch, that's going to be their first strike. 1-1 count now. Pitch, that's going to be a little foul tip there. It's going to be 1-2 count now. Grady in a good place, of course, with the 1-2 count. Really asking the senior Parker Mooney to step up here. And Grady's going to take over to first base, throw over to first base. And that pitch is going to be outside.
2-2.
Grady perhaps trying to get Mooney to chase something, to swing and a miss there. Trying to get the first out of the inning, of course. This often could be the most daunting one. He swing on, high fly ball into shallow left field. Looks like the shortstop
Shortstop calls them off, picks it up.
gets the catch out in very shallow left field.
Will bring to the plate.
Cam Kojal there.
Number 12, Elliot Peterson.
Good thing to get that first out here is that really kind of eases up Conlon Grady as he's able to more focus on the batter now. Worry a little bit less about who's on first base. Up now for Creighton Prep is going to be number 12, Elliot Peterson. As Grady takes the throw over to first base. Last time up for Peterson, he did walk, so he was able to show his patience. And in this situation, patience would probably be a pretty good thing for Millie C. Make a Grady pitch over to him, as that's going to be a little bit low. And Ryberg is going to easily take second base.
On the wild pitch, Ryberg moves over to second.
And that's going to be swung on. It's going to be ground ball to Kojal. Kojal's going to make the throw over to Moffitt, and that's going to be out number 2.
Grounds out 6-3 for the second out of the inning. They'll bring to the plate number 13, Kobe Hatchett.
Kobe Hatcher, number 13, up now. Last time he had a line drive over to the shortstop. And of course you have Sam Ryberg over at third base right now. But not to worry too much since you do have 2 outs. So that's going to be a fly out center field. Going back. He's going to make the catch. Max Hurd with a nice running catch there to end the inning. If he wasn't able to catch that, as he looked like he turned the wrong way at first, but he ends up making the catch as that strands Sam Ryberg on first base, or third base, excuse me. No one scoring. Great defense by Millard South, able to hold Creighton Prep off from scoring anything, even with Ryberg in scoring position. Patriots ahead 1-0 going into the bottom of the third inning. For Millard South Media, I'm Ben Bartholow. We'll be right back. Welcome back to John A. Lamel Complex for the bottom of the third inning now. Patriots ahead 1-0. During the break, we were joking with our advisor, Ms. Christine Caldwell, about if you have any comments for the game, tweet at MSHS Common Sense for your chance to be featured on the stream. Up now for the Patriots is going to be number 5, the center fielder, Max Hurd. Last time up, he did strike out. Hoping to get some more play here. He's going to swing on that. It's going to go foul to the right side. You heard not too much to worry about as you're only 1-1 on the count. Next pitch, Hurd's going to swing on that. That's going to be low. 1-2 now. And that's going to be called strike number 3. That was not what you wanted to see from your leadoff hitter. As Wagner, it looks like he's getting a little bit of control after a kind of iffy last inning. He's able to kind of get back into it as he gets that first strikeout, and looking at that. He's going to bring up number 8, Cam Kojal. As well, last time up he did strike out. And now not what you want to see, 2 quick outs for Wagner, really kind of confidence boosting. For the Patriots, you want to be riding that momentum. That first pitch can be swung on. It's going to go foul to the right side. But as I was saying, for the Patriots, you really want to follow and ride that momentum you had going off of a kind of iffy pitching inning for Wagner last time. 0-1 pitch now to Cam Kojal. Be a high fly ball into foul territory. Patriots are really learning the first runner on is going to be the hardest, as it's looked in the last 2. As soon as the Patriots got last time up, as soon as they got Braden Smith on, it was easy sailing from there. So it's really up to it's really up to the leadoff hitter to determine how the inning is going so far. It'll be 1-2 count now for Kojal. That's going to be swung on low, a very defensive swing, just trying to keep it alive. The Millard South bullpen cheering as Braden Smith takes a nice catch to grab that foul ball. Still 1-2 for Cam. Wagner's really looking for strike number 3 here. He swung on. Cam's going to get a nice base hit and out in the left field. Very solid start to the inning, of course, with 1 out, but like 1 on base is 1 on base for the Patriots. So that was a nice single out into left field. Now up is going to be number 14, Braden Smith. Let's see if Millard South will kind of play more aggressively like they did in the last inning on the base paths. Smith's going to get a nice line drive into center field as that's going to advance Kojal to second base. This is the hitting you like to see now. Next up is going to be number 1, Braden Sweet, the designated hitter. Last time up, he flew out over to center field. You're just looking for another base hit here. Consistency is key for this game. Both offensive powerhouses in their own rights for Millard South and Creighton Prep. Just whoever can be more consistent with just getting simple hits. That's going to be inside for a ball. Next pitch for Wagner. That's going to be swung on. That's going to hopefully find a gap Yes, it does. The center field dive for it. It's going to be Cam Kojel's going to be sent home. Looks like Braden Smith is going to be told to stay at second base. It's a nice double there for Braden Sweet.
An RBI double for Sweet. Kojal scores on the play. Smith holds up at third.
Patriots lead 2-0 now with a runner on second and third base, so 2 more in scoring positions now as we have Grant Rankin up.
Excuse me, Grant Rankin.
Last time up, Grant Rankin did walk, and that was the start of the 3 walks in a row. Wagner, I mean, he's showing more control, able to get it in the zone, but the Patriots are getting his number now. Want to know count? It's going to be swung on. That's going to look like it's going to go into left field. Braden Sweet ready to tag up, but that's dropped. Braden Sweet's told to go. A lucky break there for Grant Rankin as that was dropped by the left fielder. For Creighton Prep, not how you wanted that to go. I bet it would have been a close play at the plate, but I do believe that Braden Smith probably would have still scored on that. But that'll be ruled an E7, allowing Grant Rankin to get to first base.
Now batting number 18, J.D. Moffitt.
First baseman J.D. Moffitt's going to be up now. That's going to be fouled off to the backstop. Moffitt walked last time up. So far, we're seeing another consistency inning from the Patriots. This time, they're able to capitalize more on their runners on the bases. Wagner's first time he's been ahead in the count in a while. So looks to run at second base back. And he tries to throw over. Looks like going to be stuck in a pickle here. Wagner's going to chase him. And he's going to be tagged out. Braden Sweet unable to get out of that pickle. That's going to be out number 2. Of course, not how you wanted that to go. When Wagner looked back, Sweet didn't really make a move to either side. So a burst of speed there. Now, I wasn't expecting it personally, of Wagner able to get over and really get Braden Sweet into a bad position. It'll be 2 outs now. Still for J.D. Moffitt, with only Grant Rankin on first base. If you were Prep, you would have already been out of this inning if they hadn't have dropped that fly ball. 0-1 pitch now. It's going to be low. Next pitch for Wagner. It's going to be a throw over to first base, but that's going to get to the outfield, allowing Rankin to take second base.
On the air and throw, Rankin.
That's going to be ruled an error by the catcher. And for Creighton Prep, defense needs to be key in this game, but they've made they've made several errors that have really kind of cost them. Now, hopefully, since you have 2 outs, Grant Rankin won't end up scoring. If you're Creighton Prep, you're really hoping that that error does not cost another run. But it did put Rankin into scoring position at second base. J.D. Moffitt with the 2-1 pitch. He's going to take it. It's going to be ball number 3. As Wagner is not getting too much leeway by the home plate ump. Hitters count here 3-1 with 2 outs. For J.D. Moffitt, that's where you want to be. That's going to be inside for ball 4.
Moffitt draws the base on balls.
That's his second walk of the game. Overall, that's going to be the 4th walk for Grant Wagner. That's going to bring up Ashton George as the catcher. As we talked about earlier, he is a senior leader. So hoping to really just get a base hit here or something to hopefully at least get Rankin over to third base, if not score. Wagner with the first pitch. Be swung on and fouled on back. Solid swing, just could not get great contact on it. 0-1 pitch to Ashton Georges now. Wagner's going to be looking back. Umpire calls time. Rankin really trying to mess with Grant Wagner on the pitcher's mound as he's going back and forth. 0-1 pitch. That's going to be called a strike. 0-2 count now. If you're Wagner, you're just going to really try to make him chase something. Don't give him anything hittable, or if he does get contact, it's something shallow in the infield. You really want to limit your chances of an error here. So that's going to be, oh, he cannot get the edge of the plate. Looked kind of like a strike to me from up in the press box, but umpire sees it differently as now it's a 1-2 count. Ashton George with a really lucky break there. Oh, the catcher thinks that was a strike. Elliot Peterson starts to run off, but umpire calls another one. 2-2 count now. Georges with another lucky break. This umpire zone is very tight. George is really patient and kind of a little bit lucky. Sees now the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be low. Georges
moves down to third.
I guess that was. We have a little bit of confusion as Georges thought that was ball 4. Creighton Prep did tag Rankin as he was trying to steal. Looks like that is an out as Rankin got tagged. A little bit of confusion there by the Patriots. The umpire's looking to talk it over. But what had happened there is Georges thought that was ball 4 when that was only ball 3. Rankin took it, and Grant Wagner really kind of aware of, I don't think that was 4 balls. Runs to go tag Rankin and does tag. And looks like Georges is going to stay. I don't quite know what's going to be going on here. Coach for Creighton Prep doesn't look too happy about that. Maybe if we're really lucky, we could get a little bit of a replay on that, see what happened. I don't know if our producer Jonathan Spieler can get that. If we can, maybe we can see what happened there. As we perhaps the prep coach is going to get ejected here as he's very fiery with his language to both umpires. I suppose they're saying Georges does walk. That they do, as the prep coach makes his way back. So Patriots with a lucky break, I think? So we're saying it's 2-2 count now. That's confusing. Yes, 2-2 from the home plate ump. I don't think Coach Geary's going to talk to him. I believe that it was full. Now it's full count because Georges saw that. What is a little miscommunication there by the home plate ump, and looks like they're going to eject the prep coach. He's going to go out there. Took a little bit. We're going to get a little bit more entertainment. So of course, as we're talking up here in the press box, get his money's worth now as he just got ejected. And so I mean I do have to say he's a little bit justified. As I don't believe that. Well, he got tagged out. I mean, kind of understand where he's coming from here, but still, I mean, the Patriots, a lucky break for Georges as we were talking about. And of course, probably not too happy as well by those first 2 balls that were called very, very close. But we'll be right back as Creighton Prep gets their money worth out of this ejection. All right. Suppose we're back now as maybe we've cleared up that confusion. What we're hearing on the field is Creighton Prep is upset about the count and justified at that, but now honestly this is kind of just dragging on now as we're just kind of waiting. We still have Rankin on second base. He was told to move back because he was originally at third base. And so he went on back to second base, and we have J.D. Moffitt at first base. Moffitt has nothing to do with this play. It really has everything to do with Rankin. And right now, if you can see up just past the pitcher's mound, Rankin's just kind of chatting with the prep boys about what just happened there. I suppose all of them justified in just being confused in what was going on. But it looks like we're going to be doing 2-2 count, 2 outs, Rankin on second base, and J.D. Moffitt at first base. I feel like that's what we've decided on. Unfortunately, the Millard South media team does not have the funds to consult a rule expert. If only we could. Patriots having a little bit of action out in the bullpen. So the 2-2 pitch now from Wagner after that 5-minute delay. To be swung on, foul ball. Thinking to myself, that would have been real entertaining if that had just been strike 3. But Ashton Georgia stays alive. As that earlier, that pitch that George was confused about, I believe was called a no pitch. So George's wow, Grant Wagner cannot buy a strike now, as that was about as close as he's been all game. So it's ball 3 now. The Creighton Prep bullpen not happy. Probably going to explode if this next one's a ball. Rankin's going to take off at third base. That's going to be flown out to the right field. Ashton George is at least getting double. Rankin scores. Looks like Moffitt's going to be waved over to home, and Georges gets to second base. After all of that, being down 0-2 in the count, Georges then works it up to full count and then gets a double. Yes. Georges caught every break you could possibly think of and then got a 2 RBI double out of that. Patriots up 5 over Creighton Prep. Now that brings up number 4, Braden Hodges. A little bit of production flair by Jonathan Wheeler. Looks like Peterson, the catcher, is going to talk it over with Wagner a little bit. Just kind of calm him down. Just get out of the innings. What you got to do now is you've given up 4 runs in this inning. Your coach has been ejected. At this point, it can only go up from here for the Blue Jays. And, of course, a lot of confusion in this inning. And for Prep, just getting out of it is the important part. But as we have the next pitch from Wagner, it's going to be high. Wagner. That's going to be called a strike a little bit inside there. I suppose that were to work out. It did look like it hooked a little bit over the plate. Did help him out. It's going to be 2-1 count now. He fouled off to the left side, 2-2.
Coming in is at 2-2. 2 outs, a runner at second.
The runner on second is Tyler Moriarty. Courtesy running for the catcher Ashton Georges. Wagner takes a look back. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be high corner. Full count now. Pitch for Wagner. That's going to be a called strike 3. As the zone looked like it got a little bit bigger there. Quite an interesting inning now for the Patriots, as they were able to score 4 on, if I counted up, on 2 errors. We had the E7 out in left field, and we had the throwing error by the catcher. several hits there. We had 2 singles to really lead off the inning, and then we had 2 doubles. Ashley George, of course, with his scoring 2 runs. For Militov Media, I'm Ben Barthel after quite a chaotic inning. The bottom of the 3rd. Patriots lead 5-0. We'll be right back. All right, as we're getting back into it, I want to take a moment to shout out our sponsor, The Corner Kick. Check out The Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street at 138th and P. It offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want good food at a great price, visit The Corner Kick at 130th and P. That first foul ball is going to just hit off the visitor dugout. It's going to be 0-1 count now. Started off the game mid-50s and cloudy, and we're starting to see some blue skies. Starting to look a whole lot nicer out here. As I believe we had a storm that just passed south of us. Luckily didn't really give us any sprinkling or anything. This is Grady with the next pitch, 0-1. It's going to be a little bit outside, I believe. Ball 1. Now, it's good to see at least both Grady and Wagner both facing a pretty tough strike zone to hit. Really good for the hitters. That's going to be low. Bouncing off the plate. Ball 2. Shows bunt. He's going to pull it back for 3-1 now.
3 balls, 1 strike to count.
Up is number 16, Grant Hatcher. He did strike out last time. So now being 3-1, you're in a good spot. As that pitch is going to be outside for a ball. Hatcher walks.
Hatcher draws the base on balls. I'll bring up number 2.
Going to bring up number 2, Jack Teely. He had Prep's only hit so far in the game. Line drive out to, I believe, left field. No, center field. But hoping to make another play. Now he has a runner on first base to really do something with. And that's going to be flying out to right field. Back there. Rankin with a nice catch. That holds Teely off and keeps Hatcher at first base.
First out of the inning.
Now up, number 17, Grant Summers.
Now batting number 17, Grant Summers.
He had that identical play, a fly out to right field last time. So just get Conlon has been really good at just keeping the batters up in the air and not letting them get too much on the ground. As that's really worked in his favor, getting those fly balls that really Prep can't do anything with. Looks like Prep is going to make a little bit of a call here. That last pitch was a strike. So Grady's facing an 0-1 count. George is going to look over to first base. Grant Hatcher there decides to stay over there at first. Grady with the next pitch. Be swinging a miss on a breaking ball. What a pitch there, really showing his control. Now Summers is in it down 1-2 count. Hatcher looking like he's going to take off. That's going to be a ground ball. Looking for a double play here. A little bit slow. Hatcher is going to be called out on the fielder's choice as Summers is able to get to first base as that throw was a little bit low to him off it.
Thrown out on the force. 6-4. Summers is safe on the fielder's choice.
Jack Stessman up, number 5. He walked last time. 2 outs now after that fielder's choice. That does put Summers on first base. So that pitch is going to be a ball. Prep has been very conservative with their leadoffs at first base. As, of course, dealing with the left-handed pitcher, you got to be careful. That pitch is going to be a foul tip. Caught by Georges, though. So 1-1 count now. Georges looked over to first base, ready to make a throw as Summers was pretty far off, but, of course, with tape couldn't do much with. Carried with the next pitch. Oh, that's tough. That's going to be a ball. Don't know what that would have been called otherwise. That was close. A good break there for Stessman. 2-1 pitch. Stessman swings and misses. Conlon Grady just in command so far in this game, really limiting what Creighton Prep can do. Getting on base even as the 2-2 pitch comes in. Can try to make him chase, does not. Stessman holds up for a full count.
The count is full. With a runner at first. 2 outs.
2 outs now. Of course, you don't have to worry too much about Summers, who's on first base, who's really worried about making this play here as he's going to walk. Summers did take off, but of course Grady with his only third walk of the game. So overall, not doing terrible. And now we're at the bottom of the order. Number 6, Keegan Holmstrom.
Now batting. Center fielder number 6, Keegan.
If you're Creighton Prep, you just got to do something. You have two men on. You have Stessman at first base, Summers at second base. You just got to do something here. Got to get one on the board, show that you're still here to play. That's going to be a bunt, but that's going to go back. Holmstrom, a senior, someone honestly in a leadership position, really a good candidate to be up now. 2 outs. You got to make something of this inning. So it'll be really hard for Creighton Prep to really work their way back in if Patriots get another offensive showing. It's going to be a high fly ball. Looks like it'll stay in. Over at third base there is Braden Cannon. Gets under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Prep was so close to really getting something going there, but cannot. As the Patriots retire the side. 2 people left on with no hits there. Of course, getting on with 2 walks and fielder's choice. But now for Grant Wagner, you really got to be careful here. You're getting close to being at a point where maybe you get taken out, switched off. Looks like we do have some action in the Creighton Prep bullpen. So you got to be careful here. You need to have a good showing. You need to go maybe 4 up, 3 down, or even better yet, 3 up, 3 down. You just got to get something. Don't let the Patriots get anything out of this inning, as they are up 5-0. And as we've seen in the many games this season, the Patriots, when they score on you, they score in buckets. Of course, 4 runs in the last inning. You are going to be facing a lot more if the Patriots can get the first person on. So, of course, the Patriots' first thing is to just get the first one on. And no one better to do it than Braden Hodges, the second baseman. Last time up, he did strike out. However, if you're Millard South, really hoping maybe that strikeout feels him a little bit, give him a little bit of momentum to really get into it. And of course, last time, the Patriots had that weird showing. Suppose correction, we're going to be having Braden Cannon up. His Hodges was the last out that inning. All right, Cannon seeing the first pitch. He shows bunt. Gonna pull it back, but that's still a strike. Perhaps couldn't pull it back in time, so it was called. Cannon swings at that one, misses under it. Strike number 2. Not now being down 2 strikes. You got to be really defensive here. Got to be careful if you're Braden Cannon, of course. Wagner, you don't want to give Wagner this momentum to get a strikeout in 3 pitches. And Wagner is going to do it as he's going to catch the inside. 3 pitches and a strikeout. Looking. That is, for Creighton Prep, that is how you need to start the inning. You need to set the tone of a strikeout looking. And so Prep is now in a good position. Looks like maybe we're going to take Wagner out, switch him out, as he's seen a lot of action as we're going to have a meeting to the mound. A little bit questionable, honestly. You had him strike out, or you just... I think you give him at least one more batter. Of course, facing Max Hurd, who has struck out both times he's been up. And yes, they are going to sub him out. Interesting choice here, as of course you had a chance of getting some good momentum going, as getting the first strikeout and then facing a batter that's only struck out in this game. Coming in for Creighton Prep is going to be number 11, Thomas Lydon, a senior.
Thomas Layton, pitching for Creighton Prep.
While he warms up, we'll take a break too. Be back in just a little bit. Max Hurd now, with 1 out. Thomas Lydon on the mound. Got some good velocity there, so something to be a little bit worried about if you're the Patriots, but also give you a good chance to drive some in the outfield. It's going to be a called a ball for 1-0 count. Be swung on. This will be a foul ball, so that'll be 1-1. That one's going to be a breaking ball, go low. It's going to hit the dirt. That's going to be ball 2. Doing 1 pitch for Lydon. And that's going to be a foul ball as Hurd fouls it back. I suppose with Max Hurd not having any action, striking out both times, not a bad first batter to be facing. As Lydon's going to take a moment to step off. With the pitch, that's going to be a nasty curveball as Max Hurd goes down on strikes for the 3rd time today. That's a little bit worrying, seeing that much velocity and that much movement on its pitches. That's going to be a great sign for the Junior Jays, as they're going to have a little bit better of a pitching showing now. Next up for the Patriots is going to be number 7, Cam Kojal. Last time up, he had a ground ball single. That time he's going to get something just past number 17, the shortstop. This Cole Joel with another single.
Now batting number 14, Creighton Smith.
Similar start to last time for last inning, as this time with 2 outs, where with the ground ball single out to left. Now up, Braden Smith. He has been great for the Patriots today, bunting for a single and then getting a line drive single out in the center field. Kojel's going to take off to second base, but he is going to be tagged out. That's out number 3. Outstanding throw by Elliot Peterson, the catcher, as that catches Kojel trying to steal. It did look like Kojel kind of got a late jump on that, but outstanding play there as that gets out of the inning. Patriots still ahead 5-0 after getting one. We're gonna get a replay on that. Getting caught stealing. So we're gonna get ultra slow motion. We'll watch this replay out into the break. We'll be right back. And we're back. That's going to be a bunt foul ball that goes over the screen. Don't see that too much. This will be 0-1 count. Up for the Junior Jays. This will be number 7, Sam Ryberg. Last time up, he got that infield single over to the second, over towards second base, as there was a little miscommunication on coverage. Ryberg down a count 0-2. Gonna swing on that. That's gonna foul ball back too. Coach Geary putting in some work, being the ball boy for Millard South, grabbing that last foul ball. Still 0-2. George is going to think that was going to be called strike 3, but no, it's going to be a little bit high, 1-2. So really a hitter's zone today, is from what we've seen, of really tight. So it's kind of amazing that Prep has done so well getting all their strikeouts. So we drop third. Ashton Georges moves out towards pitcher's mound. He gets out number 3, or out number 1, excuse me.
Strikeout, drop third.
Next up is going to be number 1, Parker Mooney.
Now batting, second baseman number 1, Parker Mooney.
Parker Mooney, unfortunately, has gotten no action for the Junior Jays. He's flown out twice. So it just shows how Conlon Grady's been really able to command the batters into just popping things up. And, I mean, they've gotten some good distance on him, but they really haven't gotten anything too much to the ground. That last pitch is going to be show bunt. There's going to be swing on it. That's going to go to center field. And that's going to bounce once. He's going to stop at second, or stop at first base. Max Hurd with a great grab there to hold Parker Mooney off at first base.
Now batting number 12, Elliott Peterson.
Next up, it's going to be number 12, Elliott Peterson, the catcher. Patriots looking for a double play, possibly, as there's one out, runner on first base. Grady with a low pitch. Ball one. Of course, it does look like he's trying to pitch into that as he hit through that first pitch low, trying to keep it on the ground as much as he can. Next pitch for Grady. George is going to get right up with that. Look over to first base. Mooney gets back. 2-0 count after that pitch out. That's going to be called a strike. Got the outside edge. Grady with the next pitch. George's going to stand up.
3-1.
It's going to be 3-1 now. A hitter's count. It's only one out. So Elliott Peterson really going to try to make some of this here. Possibly, hopefully get something in the outfield. As Grady's done a great job of keeping things either in the air or on the ground in the infield. That's going to be a foul ball, pushing it to full count. And the full count pitch. Be swung on. That's going to cut. And that's not going to be caught. That's going to hit the wall. So Peterson's going to be going two. And they're going to be telling Mooney to stay at third base on a great double there. That really hooked a lot. Just eluded the center fielder.
Now batting number 13 will be Hatcher.
Number 13, Kobe Hatcher up now. This is perhaps, other than in the first inning when Prep had bases loaded, this is perhaps the best setting they've had as we have Parker Mooney on third base and Elliott Peterson on second base, with Kobe Hatcher, who has not gotten a hit yet, but looking to change that here. That's going to be a nice pitch and for a strike. And only one out now. That pitch is going to be high for a ball. And the next pitch, 1-1. That's going to get behind George's, but looks like Mooney at third base is not going to go. 2-1 count now with only one out for Conlon Grady. This is your test now. Looking over to the Patriot bullpen, they got two different pitchers warming up, keeping their options open as we're in the top of the 5th inning. Looks like we're going to take a few practice innings. Take a second. So to refresh you guys on what's going on, 2-1 count now with one out. Runners on second and third base. Good spot to be in. He's going to hold up there. Doesn't quite go around on that. It's going to be 3-1 now. That's where you want to be. You got two in scoring position, and for Prep, you have to score something here. You have to get something on the board this inning if you really want a shot to stay in this game. And there, what a snag by Cam Kojal as he gets the line drive catch, and then they get the double play. What a heads-up play is Kojal with a nice catch, and then the throw over to second base to end the inning. That is the defense you needed if you're Conlon Grady. What a great play. Hopefully, maybe we can see a little bit of a replay on that catch and throw. But that's what you needed to do. If it was just about a foot higher, I think it would have gotten in the outfield and scored too. And yes, we do get to see a little replay on that. As you saw, Kojal with a nice little leap there. And it was a close play over at second base, but they got the out. Impressive. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th inning. And we are back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Patriots still ahead 5-0. So we have number 14, Braden Smith up. He was up last time at the end of the inning because Cam Kojal got caught stealing by a mile there. So Smith with a fresh count, now down 0-1. And that's going to be a called strike. 0-2 now. Thomas Leeden really showing his stuff here, getting Braden Smith down 0-2. That's going to have a lot of movement, but that's not going to stay in the zone. It's going to be ball 1. Leeden now with the 1-2 pitch. It's going to go over the umpire's head. Ball number 2. Could not quite keep control of that one. Probably slipped out of his hand a little bit. Leading now with the 2-2 pitch. Have a lot of movement, but that's going to stay out of the zone. Trying to get Braden Smith to chase it. Full count pitch. Smith swings and misses. That's going to be strike 3.
Smith is down swinging for the first out of the inning. Now batting number 1,
Braden Sweet up now.
DH.
He had 1 RBI line drive out into line drive double into right center, I believe. So a good hitter up for Millard South is on the season. Sweet's been hitting 357. So a little bit above average, but that's going to be an infield single as Sweet is going to get there. Really way to outrun that.
Sweet with the infield single. Now batting number 3, Grant Rankin.
Grant Rankin's going to be up next after that infield single to the second baseman. Look, a little bit of replay. That was a high bunt. Does that land? Luckily not caught. Leadon tried to catch that one. A little bit of a slide there. Could not get to it in time, though. There's Rankin now working 1 out. Runner on first base. Rankin holds back. That's going to be a little bit high. One and no pitch. That one's going to be called strike. 1-1. We've seen Leadon have a lot less of a struggle trying to find the zone than Wagner, so very promising for Creighton Prep. Really will help them really keep the Patriots from scoring anymore. But with a 5-0 lead, the Patriots are probably pretty confident in how they're going to do. Leadon's going to take a throw over, and Sweet's going to get back. Next one's going to be a bunt. Rankin tries to go for it. Doesn't get it. Be strike number 2.
1-2 count.
Trying to go for a bunt and run situation there. Rankin just couldn't quite get it. It's probably saw a breaking ball. Sweet takes off for second base. Rankin swings at that one. Sweet was going to get there, but of course foul ball. 1-2 count still. Braden Sweet now trots his way back out to first base. Nice job staying alive there by Grant Rankin. Leadon looks over to first base. And Rankin's going to swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3. Another strikeout for Thomas Leadon.
Now batting number 18, J.D. Moffett.
I believe that's his 4th strikeout so far for Thomas Leadon. No, that is his 3rd strikeout now. So overall, out of the 5 batters he's seen, he's struck out 3 of them. So really commanding. Sweet. That's going to be a called strike for number 18, J.D. Moffett. Sweet read that throw as he was going to do another pickoff attempt. So Sweet, instead of going towards second base, took a little step back. That's going to be outside. 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Sweet takes off for second base. He is going to close play, but he's going to make it as Peterson was just a little bit slow on the throw. Sweet with some incredible speed there to get to that steal. As Peterson did pick off the last one who attempted to steal, which was, I believe that was Cam Kojal. So J.D. Moffett with the 2-1 count now with 2 outs. Now runner in scoring position. And with Braden Sweet's speed, you got to be promising if something gets in the outfield, he's probably going to score. That's going to be strike number 2 as Moffitt held back. Looked promising. He just decided not to swing at it. 2-2 count now with 2 outs. Braden Sweet on second base. Patriots are trying to get 1 run out in this inning. Hoping Moffitt can stay alive. That's going to be out strike number 3 for out number 3 at the bottom of the 5th inning. Looked a little bit low up here, but that was enough as J.D. Moffitt goes down looking. For Millard South Media, I'm Ben Barthlow. We'll be right back for the start of the 6th inning. Welcome back now. Number 16, Grant Hatcher's up now. First pitch is going to be swung on, fouled on back. All right. Oh, 2 count now for Grant Hatcher. On the mound now for the Patriots is Logan Anderson. Would be great if he was able to get a quick 3 strikeout. He's going to foul off. As Braden Cannon did make quite a hustle over for that. Lost his hat in the process. Still 0-2 count now for Grant Hatcher. Be swung on. That's going to be ground ball. Looks like it's going to stay fair. Oh, foul ball. J.D. Moffitt fielded that on the right side of first base, just behind it. So, suppose it'll be a foul. Moffitt was ready to make that nice little tap on first base to get the out. Hatcher staying alive. Should be high for a ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Hatcher.
Lengthy first at bat for Grant Hatcher, really making Logan Anderson work for this strikeout. He swung on, fly ball in the center field. Max Hurd gets it.
Hatcher pops up to shallow center, run by the center fielder.
Max Hurd with a routine catch there. Had to run a little bit for it, but he got there for out number 1. Next up is going to be Jack Teeley. No one on for Creighton Prep as Teeley's up. If you swing on that, that's going to go to Cam Kojal. Kojal with a throw over to first base. He's going to beat him out. Moffitt with a nice catch. 2 outs on that 6-3 ground out.
Now batting number 17, Grant Summers.
Grant Summers now up. In the past, he's flown out to right field, and he was safe on a fielder's choice. He swung on, that's going to foul on back, out of play. Next pitch for Anderson's going to be kind of low. 1-1 count. One and one pitch. To be swung on, it's going to foul on back. Logan Anderson now. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Big grounder to Cam Kojal with another play. Throw over to Moffitt. Moffitt's going to stretch for it. He's going to get it. 3 up, 3 down for Logan Anderson. Another ground out over to shortstop. For Millard South, in just a moment for the bottom of the 6th inning, we'll have Ashton Georges followed by Braden Hodges. And then in the top of the order, Braden Cannon. We'll be right back for the start of the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back, and we're going to take another look at our sponsor, the Corner Kick. Check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street at 130th and P. It offers Omaha's best street tacos, phenomenal fajitas, and a private party room. It's locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, check out the Corner Kick at 130th and P. As Leiden starting us off quickly. 2 pitches there. 1-0 count, or 2-0 count, I do believe. This be a foul ball. Leading with the 2-1 pitch. Be swung on. That's going to be right there for the left fielder. This be out number 1. Next up is going to be number 4, Braden Hodges. A can of corn type of catch over in left field. Stated by the one and only Pat Geary. Quick shout out for him for letting us use plenty of real estate up in the press box. This would be for Hodges, going to show bunt. He's going to pull it back for ball 1. Next pitch, he's going to go for a bunt. This would be nice. Hodges is going to take off, and he is going to be called out. And that's going to be a close play there. As that looked like he might have made it. I guess his foot wasn't quite down. We're going to see a replay on that, and that really close play there. Braden Cannon's going to be up after that. Cannon's going to swing on that. It's going to go far back into right field. Looks like they're going to get under that out, though, for out number 3. Now you just saw that replay. Looks really close there. But Cannon's going to fly out into right field. 3 up, 3 down again for Thomas Leiden. As he's really been the pitcher that Creighton Prep has needed. Unfortunately, Prep has just not gotten their bats rolling. Not getting many hits at all. As so far in the game, they have been held to only 4 hits. Millard South with just a few more at 7, but they've been helped out by the 2 errors so far in this game. For Millard South Media, we'll be back with the top of the 7th inning, and hopefully the last half inning of play for Millard South just in a minute. Welcome back. Logan Anderson. First pitch is going to be a ball. Number 5, Jack Stessman up. Anderson looking for the close here. Could be ball number 2. A little bit of a scary situation up in the press boxes. This call all just about knocked over all of our sound stuff. She appreciated the little call out we got on stream. That's going to be 2-1 count now for Logan Anderson. And Cam Kojal with another routine grounder. And Moffitt gets it. Those routine plays, consistency is the name of the game for the Patriots today, as we've gotten several of those 6-3 grounders that Kojal has not had an error on. He's been golden from those plays. And that's what set the Patriots apart this game so far, is they have not made any errors. Hopefully not jinxing that now. It's Logan Anderson with a nice strike. Number 6, Keegan Holmstrom is up now. Swings for the fences there, but misses it. 0-2 count. And the next one's going to be high. Maybe looking to chase it.
1-2.
Next one's going to be swing and a miss on the off speed. A nice pitch there is now. That's the second out in the top of the 7th. Top of the order now for Creighton Prep is number 7, Sam Ryberg. Struck out last time. Ball 1. This will be ball number 2 now. Logan Anderson now with the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be out there too. Anderson attempting to get Ryberg to chase. Nothing there though, so it's going to be 3-0 with 2 outs. And that's going to be ball 4. Anderson walks Sam Ryberg. Speedster on the bases. He did get an infield single earlier in the game. So, I mean, of course, you are still a little bit far down the order to get to your tying run. But surely you just want to get 3 up, 3 down there. And that's going to bring up number 1, Parker Mooney. Mooney did get that single into right center field last time. Looks like they're going to put Moffitt pretty far back. That's going to be a high throw, attempted pickoff there. Ashton George is just a little bit too much on it as he was unable to get the pick out, as Ryberg did take second base. That's going to be a nice pitch to swing at, but nothing there. That's going to be 1-1. It's going to be swung on high fly ball. It's going to be staying in the infield. Looking to hit it. Moffitt's going to get under it. Just kidding. But that's going to drop as a miscommunication there. Moffitt looked like he had it, but I guess he lost it. That's going to be ruled an error on Cam Kojal. It's a surprising considering Kojal's the shortstop. Guess he's supposed he called off about everyone else. Trying to be a hero out there. So Elliot Peterson's going to be up now with runners on first and third. Logan Anderson just looking to get out of this game. Something on the ground will, sure enough, get out number 3. Speed strike 1. And of course, if you're Anderson, just focus on the batter. Just try to end it with him. Of course, Ryberg is going to really try to mess with you, try to get a big lead. It's something. Nice breaking ball gets in there for a strike. 0-2 count now. Logan Anderson looking to finish it. Anderson with the pitch. This is going to be strike 3. And that's the ball game. Patriots win 5-0 with 7 hits. Shuts out Creighton Prep. And, you know, to talk a little bit about that game, for Millard South, very consistent. They weren't necessarily the offensive firepower for most of the game that we usually see out of them, but that didn't matter. They had that really good third inning where they were able to get through to a pretty tired Wagner, who ended up getting the loss. But there was also very good pitching for Millard South. Of course, you saw Logan Anderson close the game really well. And with the win, we had Conlon Grady, who just was pretty dominant. I mean, you didn't see too much stuff, but he got the job done. And at the end of the day, when you have two great teams facing off against each other, whichever team will just get the job done is the one you want to see. So, and for Creighton Prep, they just could not get anything going, of course. They had several chances, probably 6 to 10 people ended up being in scoring position, but every time they got stranded on the bases. So for Millard South Media, I'm Ben Barthlow. Shout out to our producer, Jonathan Spieler, and Tate Williams doing color commentary for a little bit. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with us. Have a great night.